All right, buddy, we're live.
All right.
All right. Well, welcome to episode 2 of Adapt, Attack, and Advance. I'm Michael Braddock, the host of this new kind of Zoomcast podcast, whatever you want to call it. I am pleased to have a really good friend of mine, Justin Williams, the president and founder of Carolina Marketing Company, on as my guest for episode 3. Justin, welcome.
What's up?
How are you, bud?
Living the American dream.
That's good, man. Well, I'm excited to have you here, and just join us. And it looks like I actually tagged the wrong Justin, so thanks for that, Justin. And I'll have to go back and
You must have tagged the hockey player.
I think so. I think I did. But I'll be sure to correct that. I don't know how in the world that happened, but man, I appreciate you jumping on. If you wouldn't mind, share with the folks watching or listening who you are, what your business is, and how long you've been in business.
Sure. So my name is Justin Williams. I am the owner, publisher of Carolina Marketing Company. Basically, for the last 15 years, we've published local lifestyle magazines and tourist products for Southeastern North Carolina. Some of those titles include North Brunswick Magazine, which started in 2005, South Brunswick Magazine, which started in 2008, Wilmington Today, which actually started 35 years ago, but our company has purchased ownership about 3 years ago. And recently we just relaunched Topsail magazine, which was in existence by another publisher from 2005 to 2014. And then we kind of, revamped it at the end of 2019. So we do some local lifestyle publications. We do a lot of online articles and, digital stories as well. So that's somewhat of an overview of our company.
That's awesome, man. To be in various, just to kind of be in various markets, Northern Brunswick County, Southern Brunswick County, Topsail now, and then sort of the greater Wilmington area with Wilmington Today. So that's awesome. You've got a lot of exposure. I know a lot of people that come into the area, pick up your magazines, and I believe you mail them to, how many people do you mail those magazines direct mail to?
So for our local lifestyle magazines, such as North Brunswick Magazine, South Brunswick Magazine, and Topsail Magazine, we direct mail right around 14,000 every quarter. Before this whole COVID-19 thing happened, we were actually about to go to print with all of them. So luckily I was able to put a little disclaimer in there for, hey, there's this virus out there, and some of these events may or may not take place. But everybody should be getting their magazines in the mail starting this week and next week. So it's actually kind of a good time. And when you think about it, just kind of some light reading when you're about local people and local things when people are stuck at home. So.
Well, I think you're right. I think, there's going to be a period of time where people are going to want to have something in their hands, and just sort of a change of what they're getting in, after a while, there's only so many 24-hour news cycles you can listen to.
Yeah.
Especially when it seems like every 45 minutes, it's kind of the same loop kind of goes through, or it's just kind of, a little bit more of the same, not making light of it by no means, but
yeah.
After a while, I think that's why you're seeing so many people do Netflix and stuff like that. So then to have some sort of sense of normalcy by receiving your magazine in their hands will at least make them think, okay, at least this is some sort of sense of normalcy for sure. So yeah. Well, let's dive right into it's a 3-part interview. Let's dive right into kind of the adapting part. So as you started to see things kind of matriculate out about COVID-19 and then the business adjustments that you're going to have to make. I mean, first it started with just kind of being socially aware and socially distancing, and then it started evolving into more than that. What have you been able to do to adapt to the ever-changing kind of climate and circumstances that have been taking place?
Well, it's been interesting to say the very least. I think first and foremost, what's kind of disheartening a little bit is that a lot of people, some people have been basically ordered to shut down, and I understand why. Unfortunately for us, we're an advertising based business. So if someone, they can't use all of the advertising in it right now, that's, kind of a, not to say a negative thing, but it's just one of those things where it's kind of like, all right, so how do we adapt from that? So what we're trying to do is, I'm going to reach out to all my customers tonight in an email that I've drafted 3 and 4, 5 times, and say, hey, listen, what are you guys doing to kind of keep rolling here? Or if you're shut down, what can I do to help you when you are up and rolling? Do we need to do an online story on you and push it through our social media? Whatever we can do to help is what we're here to do. We're community-based publications, and we're nothing without all these businesses. And, and that's kind of the scary part about it. It's like, everybody is kind of feeling, most people I would say are feeling the same effects that probably I'm feeling, or maybe you're feeling, or, anyone's feeling. And, we're just, again, everybody keeps saying we're in this together. We're in this together. We're in this together. Yeah, we're in this together. And honestly, I can't do it without all these businesses. And, I enjoy what we do for our communities, and I want to keep on doing that. So, again, I've always been a customer based person in terms of whatever the customer needs, we're going to accommodate however we can. So now we're still going to do that, except for, amplified. So whatever we need to do is whatever we need to do to keep this bad boy rolling. So.
Well, you're right on, and I think your outlook and perspective is pretty spot on from the standpoint of, a lot of your advertisers are, restaurant, tourism based, and they're all sort of feeling it because people can't travel, people can't. Right. All of those things. So kind of that you've kind of you've answered the questions about the adapting. So now from the standpoint of, all right, so you've had to adapt. So now you're attacking the problem. So how are you kind of attacking the problem, not only with your team, but also with your advertisers? How are you providing value? Sort of what's your value proposition now, and how are you trying to keep everyone engaged?
Well, basically, internally, so in our office, we have a lot of people that contribute to our publications. I'd say we have probably 20 people across the board. Some work at home, some are freelance, that contribute to one particular publication. Our core office crew that's in the office every day is probably 3 people. And basically kind of what I told them a couple weeks ago was like, all right, one person who's in sales, well, you're a writer now.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, your business operations, you're miscellaneous now. We're all miscellaneous right now. Sure. I'm doing stuff that I had a task list today that was, one sheet full of stuff, and it was all so random. It's just like, update this on the website. Make sure this social media post is shared. Make sure Sandy does this. Make sure Brian does this. Make sure this article comes in. Make sure our editor edits this article. Get this big. I don't know. It's just it's not necessarily normal, but it's what we're doing, adapting to the situation to kind of make sure we're still rolling. We've also been in production. This is our busy time of year. So between I'd say February and May, we were in production for about 8 to 10 different things. It's kind of nuts. So this could not have come at probably a worse time, but we were in the middle of all those productions. So we still have work that we're doing that we have to get done in order to fulfill a lot of our projects that, come out, in May, June, which we're still kind of eyeing right now, depending on this whole outcome. So, but yeah, we're staying busy. I'm just trying to keep, it's one of those things where it's like, also, I've just been trying to joke around a lot when we were at the office, just because, what are you going to do at this point? It's like,
it's kind of like a little levity. And I tell you, you and I have had multiple conversations about how similar, this is, I think, going to be a little bit longer process, but how similar this was to the fall of 2018, man. It was, for those of you that are not familiar with the area, we had Hurricane Florence, and that was an issue. This is going to be, I think, a little bit longer period of time, and might be a little bit more of an impact. But yeah, so it sounds like that might have prepared you for for sort of what we're going through right now from the standpoint of just having to work remote and kind of pivot, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things too, where like a few years back, I kind of set up everything for me personally where I could work remotely if I needed to. You know, a lot of that was Ava. She was younger then, so you know, there was at one particular time where every Monday I would be off work, and I'd be at home, but I could still be able to watch her and also get things done that I needed to get done just as efficient as me being at the office. So, you know, I've set some stuff up that anybody can work remotely pretty much. So we're good to go on that. And we're still pretty efficient. I do think, you know, with us being in the office, touching base once or twice a week is definitely helpful, you know, with us all together. It's just a little bit easier, but, you know, it'll all work out how it's going to work out, and we're still getting stuff done. Everybody's busy, and we're on chat, you know, hey, with random questions. So, we're getting it done.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, there's from when I was talking to Kim last night, there's, you know, we talked about kind of there's three options, right? You know, it's figure it out, do at kind of status quo, or bury your head in the sand. You know, that's kind of the only real thing you can do right now.
Yeah. I'm not going down that easy.
yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Well, let's talk about sort of the advancing part of it. So, you briefly touched on it momentarily, but or previously, but how are you engaging with your clients, your advertisers, your vendors right now? With, hey, here's how we're pressing forward. Things like online articles, online profiles. How are you kind of advancing what you're doing forward?
Well, I mean, it's one of those. A while back, we started like some package deals where we would you know, do like a combo thing where like somebody would purchase a print ad, which it would be an online story, but it'd be nothing like hard selling, like, you know, just kind of like, you know, this is an example is we did a partnership with a gym, and we highlighted some of the members and told some transformation stories and stuff like that. Just stuff that people don't know when they're getting like marketed to, you know.
Yeah, sure.
What I've tried to do is kind of scale that back a little bit with our online stuff as much as possible, to just tell stories, you know, and then it in return that benefits the business anyway. So I'm trying to just continue to do that, except for now I'm going to reach out to everybody and just say, hey, what do you need? Let's get you interviewed. Let's get you scheduled. We'll post it. We'll post every day, multiple times a day, and we'll share them on social media. I mean, whatever I can do to just help. You know, all these people have supported me. A lot of people, I'd say 85% of my clients have come back year after year after year after year. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm so grateful for them.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So again, whatever I can do is I'm happy to do it. So, I mean, you know, so we were kind of in that transition anyway. So now it's just like, it's a little bit quieter. So, which is fine. You know, I mean, that gives us all time too, to kind of, I think, like, you know, sort through some things, see what we're doing right, see what we're doing wrong, and kind of, you know, tweak it. So.
Just kind of tweak it, play it, you know, kind of pivot and massage it as you need to. Kind of last question. I know your time's valuable, and with what you got going on the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, I got an episode of Tiger King next. So.
It's all Carol Baskin's fault. Everything
is her fault. I think this virus is her fault.
Oh man, the memes online about that show. Oh my gosh.
Man, that's awesome.
Oh man, at least people are adding some levity to it. You know, you got to at least laugh a little bit.
Yeah, you have to.
So the kind of the last question, and what can people do, whether they've worked with you in the past, whether they have a business that they could advertise, or maybe they don't have a business but just to provide additional exposure, what can people do to assist you, do business with you, transact with you during this kind of period of uncertainty?
Well, I mean, you know, one of the issues that I see, challenges, if you will, is, you know, everybody's kind of come to like a screeching halt, if you will. And so I think, you know, a potential problem could be finances at this point, right? what I'm looking for is long-term relationships. So if that, right now, even if somebody reaches out to me right now and says, hey, right now I can't do anything, but I am interested in doing something. Can we, put together some kind of package that includes, me being in your print publication that gets direct mail to all these people that's available out in the community at hundreds of locations, and also some digital stuff to your online audience. We can still, craft those things up and, work on those type of things right now. And even if it's for the future, let's just say it starts in the fall. I mean, we're happy to help in any way we can. And it doesn't have to be right now. I understand people are trying to survive right now.
Sure.
So, survival is number one. So
that's right. Yeah. Kind of save the ship, right? Save the ship.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, again, I'm happy to sit down with anybody on a call. I can't sit down in person unless you're 6 feet away, but, a call or whatever, needs to happen to help out. So.
Sure. Are you doing anything from the standpoint of, if they do a long-term commitment, if they're kind of pulling that forward from the standpoint of any, well, it sounds like you'll work with people from that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, we have, most of our clients are long-term clients in terms of they sign up from 1 to 3 years on stuff. And, we're still trying to figure out, it all depends on the timing of this thing and when it ends, and, what we do moving forward in terms of summer, fall editions, and in terms of when the release dates are and all that kind of stuff. But, people, all they got to do is just call me, email me, and we can work out something, I'm not,
sure.
What are you going to do? I mean, this is all, like I said, and like you've said, we're all in this together. So
yeah, for sure. What's your, so I've tagged you up, and as far as your company and all the different publications that you're a part of, what's your contact info if someone wants to reach you?
Okay. So our office number is 910-207-0156. Obviously we're not there, but it'll probably ring right to a voicemail, which will email directly to me, which I can call back to after that, or it might forward to my phone depending on, what time it is. And then my email is justin@carolinamarketingcompany.com, and company's spelled out there. So, that's ways you can reach me, and I'm glued to the computer. So,
well, Justin, man, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you
thanks.
sharing.
I appreciate you.
Explain your story and how people can continue. We will continue to do business with you during this period of time, and we'll come out of this thing with new lessons, and we'll come out stronger. And North Brunswick, South Brunswick, Topsail, Wilmington Today, all of your various publications will. I'm going to start calling you MM, Media Mogul.
Yeah, right.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks so much for your time today, and see you real soon.
Okay.
6 feet away, of course.
Yes. See ya.
All right, bud.